Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Aaron. Just wanted to do a video. I've been getting into, and this may or may not resonate with some of you. It may. I'm not sure. I've been getting into the WWE. Yes, I know. For some of you, you're probably rolling your eyes and shaking your head. I watch it with my son. I wanted to do a vlog about wrestling. Man, wrestling, WWE. Well, they've got a product now called NXT. And I've been watching it lately. And I got to tell you, I'm becoming a big fan. My son and I both. My son's 8. He's been in a couple of my previous videos. And we've been really getting into it. It's just something really fun for him and I to do. And this NXT thing, this new product that WWE's been coming out with, it's kind of like their minor leagues. It's more of a developmental thing. But anybody that's watching this video, I'm sure you probably know what it is. Anyway, watched around the time of SummerSlam, which I was very disappointed in SummerSlam. I thought it sucked. So did my son. We were both disappointed. But with bullshit finishes and whatever. The whole Jon Stewart nonsense with the chair at the end, that was ridiculous. Day before SummerSlam, there was an event called NXT Takeover Brooklyn. Well, blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. I mean, it was, the best matches, in my opinion, the NXT Women's title match with Bayley and Sasha Banks, phenomenal. I've never seen a women's match that good ever. And it's not a knock on women's wrestling. It's just usually it doesn't get that kind of play. But NXT, Triple H is at the helm. He's making it work. I've learned a lot. I've gotten kind of caught up. I haven't watched wrestling until my son got into it. I hadn't watched wrestling in probably back when WCW was still around. ECW, when Monday Night Wars was going on, and so but since then, I've been watching it with my son. And so, anyway, NXT Takeover Brooklyn. One moment. Sorry about that. Had to clear my throat. I just unbelievably. It was unbelievable. And then the main event, I believe it was. I forget if it was the main event or anyway, whichever. The NXT Heavyweight Championship match between Finn Balor and Kevin Owens. Now, I've been following Kevin Owens since he was Kevin Steen. Now, this is going back a ways. He was in a promotion called Ring of Honor. He did some work in Japan as well. Finn Balor, now I'm sure this is pretty much known, but he actually comes from New Japan. And anybody who's really into wrestling hardcore, he is actually one of the founding members, I found this out, of the Bullet Club. And anyway, that's pretty much known. It's not some information I'm privy to or anything that nobody else knows, but little known facts about these two guys. Kevin Owens, him, along with CM Punk, Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, a lot of these guys, Cesaro, ton of guys, just a whole bunch of guys came from there. And what Triple H did was he saw the talent. There's a few other guys out there, Samoa Joe, a lot of Ring of Honor guys that Samoa Joe was in TNA. Anyway, so anyhow, just to kind of make my point, I'm kind of excited because after having watched that event, it was, again, if you haven't seen it and you have the network, subscribe to the network, get it and watch NXT Takeover Brooklyn. freaking amazing. It was way better than SummerSlam, like 100 times better, in my opinion. I didn't know every single wrestler. I didn't know all the people on it, but I mean, you even had like Jushin Thunder Liger. He came back. He came in to do a match on there, and he ended up winning, beating what's the guy's name? I always forget his name. The weirdo. Not weirdo, but whatever. He's the more eccentric NXT character. I can't remember his name, but Baron Corbin and Samoa Joe fought. That was a great match. Just a lot of great matches. The whole card. It was a stacked card. If you know anything about NXT. And then I'll touch on SummerSlam. SummerSlam was very disappointing. I hated the match. Well, no. I hated a lot of the finishes. I hated the way they booked SummerSlam. They booked it piss poor. The Lesnar Undertaker match, I don't even think that should have happened, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I'm very much in the minority on that. I was not big on that becoming such a big rivalry. I don't know. I thought that was over and done with at WrestleMania. I think Undertaker at this point should be booked at WrestleMania against Sting, and they both ride off into the sunset, go into the Hall of Fame, and call it a career. And take front office jobs or work in NXT with talent or something. I mean, Undertaker, after this SummerSlam match, it was confirmed. Now, unless I'm misquoting, but a lot of the reports that I read from the dirt sheets after SummerSlam were that after that match with Brock or Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, Undertaker went backstage and collapsed again. Okay, now this is after his match with Lesnar, after his match with, well, basically like his last two really physical matches, he's gone backstage and collapsed. Now, they haven't said anything since about him being injured. Obviously, with Hell in a Cell coming up, he's in at least decent health. But I'm not expecting Undertaker to keep this up very much longer. But, WWE right now, I feel like Vince McMahon is just holding on to old glory or something. I don't know. I mean, the whole gimmick with the Divas Revolution, they're kind of cramming that down our throats. I think the real Divas Revolution is NXT. I think, honestly, that's where all the good wrestlers, all the good female wrestlers are coming out of. That's where the best matches are happening. I mean, the female matches in NXT, they rival the men. They go out and they put it all on the line. Bayley, wow. Sasha Banks, wow. I mean, they're both, their characters, they're just the way that they've progressed over time. I've kind of, since getting back into wrestling, I've gone back and watched a lot of the archived NXT stuff just to really see what it's been about and kind of learn about it. My son loves it, so it works out great. It's a good time for him and I to spend together. So, I mean, it's overall, I'm going to give NXT Brooklyn a 10. I'll say a 9.5 out of 10. SummerSlam, I'm giving about a 6. I was very disappointed, honestly. I mean, not. And then Night of Champions was decent. I mean, again, another kind of. I thought it was kind of a decent pay-per-view. The matches were decent. The Cena and Rollins match at Night of Champions was great. I thought that was a great match. I thought it was the best match of the night. The Sting and Rollins main event match was lackluster. And, after the fact, we find out that Sting was hurt. And, God bless him because he did finish. And he did a pretty damn good job. I just felt like it was, I don't know, I thought that they booked it poorly. I don't know. I didn't expect Sting to win. I didn't expect Rollins to put Sting over. There was no indications leading into the event that was going to be the case. There were some question marks about whether Rollins was going to drop the U.S. strap or whether he was going to drop the heavyweight strap at Night of Champions. I feel they probably made the right decision in that department. Sting, at this point, he's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, all-time favorite characters. I mean, I feel he deserves Hall of Fame recognition. I think his career has been more than stellar enough to get into Hall of Fame, because, I mean, if you look at some of the inductees into the WWE Hall of Fame, it's all over the place. I mean, you've got guys like, I don't know, this is getting kind of long. I'll make more videos about wrestling, but I just kind of wanted to just throw some thoughts out there, and just kind of, open this channel up a little more. I want this to be a diverse channel. I'm not totally about wrestling, that's not like my obsession or anything. It's just another interest of mine. I kind of said in other videos, I'm really all over the place in terms of what I'm into. And I've got my family, so of course, I have interests that I share interests with my kids as well, and my wife. So, I just want this to be just an open forum for people to come and talk about whatever, wrestling, football, hockey, video games, whatever it is, get at me and let's talk about it. All right, thanks, guys. More to come.